And we back. And we back. And we back. And we back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sana IE. Man, we just wrapped up January. In January, we talked about identity, expectations, imposter syndrome, which is one of my favorite episodes. Check it out if you haven't already. Burnout and redefining success. January was all about getting that mental clarity, right? But now it's time to execute, because here's what nobody really talks about. January is exciting. February is where most people fall off. The gyms get empty, goals get quieter, energy drops, and life gets real again. I know I ain't the only one that's been in that boat, right? So today, we're talking about something that separates dreamers from builders. Consistency when motivation is gone. Because as we all know, motivation will leave you, but systems don't. So let's start here. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is structural. And emotions are unstable. You can't build a life on something that changes daily. Some days you'll feel unstoppable. Other days you'll feel like you don't even want to get out of bed. If your progress depends on how you feel, your progress will always be inconsistent. And I just want to pack that a little bit, because I was this way, where I was like, oh, I'm motivated today. I'm motivated. I'm going to go do this. But when it came down to my feelings, when I came down to what I felt, like, oh, I don't feel like doing it. I don't want to do that. So I want to stay in bed. Why do I got to get up and do this? And it's life. We've all been through it, to where we have those days where it's like a roller coaster. You have your highs where you're like, I'm unstoppable. I can conquer the world today. And then you have your lows where you're like, yo, I'm trying to hide from the world today. But it's life, and it means you're human. There's nothing wrong with it. But understand, this isn't a character flaw. It's biology. According to behavior psychology research, novelty creates dopamine. New goals equal dopamine spike. New year, dopamine spike. Fresh start, dopamine spike. But after 36 weeks, dopamine drops, which is why gym attendance drops in February, goals fade, people restart every Monday. A study from Starver found that most people abandon their New Year goals by January 19th. Not because they're lazy, because they relied on emotion instead of structure. And this one hits deep. I know for myself personally too, it's like I always restart, trying to have that whole new dopamine kick. Like, all right, I'll start Monday. I'll start next Monday. I'll start this Monday. But it's like, start today or start now. Because the more you say you'll push it to a next day, the more likely it won't happen, as we all know. As it said from the study from Starva, most people quit on their New Year goal by January 19th. 19 days into the new year, people quit. And it's because they have that emotion. We all have that emotion, New Year's resolution, where we're hyped. Like, oh, let's get it done. I want to do this. I want to lose weight. I want to start a business. I want to be a millionaire. Whatever it may be, it all drops by January 19th. So let's speak on Black male entrepreneurs right now. And consistency hits differently, because we don't just lose motivation. We also carry financial pressure, family expectations, community responsibility, mental stress, lack of safety nets, as well as when the motivation fades, stress increases. And stress drains energy, which creates a dangerous cycle where it goes stress, exhaustion, inconsistency, guilt, and then more stress. And guilt is a silent killer, because guilt makes you quit. Let me say this clearly. Consistency is not intensity. Consistency is boring. Consistency is quiet. Consistency is small. And that's why most people don't respect it. But here's the truth. Big results come from small actions repeated daily. Not heroic efforts once a week. You don't need 10 out of 10 days. You need 6 out of 10 days. Consistently. It's like building that consistency over time. It's like, I like to refer to when you're chopping a tree. You can't chop a tree with one full swing. You got to chop away at it on a daily basis with that consistency. Some days you may have that unstoppable strength where you're like chipping away at it. And then some days you may not have the strength to chop away at the tree, but you're still chopping the tree down day by day. You're still putting in that effort. What I like to say, when it comes from one of my favorite books, Atomic Habits by James Clear, shameless plug, but 1% better every day. And stacking your days on top of your days. Of course, there's going to be good days. There's going to be bad days. There's going to be ugly days. It's a part of life. But as long as you stay focused on your journey of where you're headed, then you'll understand that, of course, I'm going to have bad days when it comes, I'll speak to myself, when it comes to fitness. There's going to be good workout days. There's going to be bad workout days. But at the end of the day, it's all stacking days to get to your larger goal, the end goal in sight. With that being said, let's talk about what consistency actually looks like. Social media shows 4 a.m. mornings, 100-hour work weeks, grind culture, no days off. We all seen that, right? But real consistency looks like showing up tired, doing 30 minutes instead of 2 hours, doing something small instead of nothing, protecting routines, honoring commitments to yourself. It's not sexy, but it works. And that's what I had to learn too, because I wanted to have the big splashes when it came to certain things. But it's like, just build that consistency. The day in and day out, once you're stacking days, stacking your wins, that's when it's going to paint the bigger picture. That's when it's going to create the masterpiece. You're chipping away day by day. So here's the shift. Stop asking, how do I stay motivated? And start asking, how do I make this automatic? Because systems remove emotion. For example, instead of I'll work out when I feel like it, try I'll work out at 7 a.m. every day this week, no matter what. Instead of I'll post content when I feel inspired, try record on Saturday, post on Monday. Or it's like I'll save money when I can. What about this? Try doing this, having that auto transfer every Friday. Systems reduce decisions. Fewer decisions, less stress. Less stress, more consistency. You see what I'm doing here? But overall, man, it comes down to like really taking away that decision-making process, putting everything on automatic, creating those systems in your life. What I started learning too is like automating your budget, your bills and all that stuff, automating your money, automating your accounts, have everything automated so you don't have to think about anything. Everything's just happening on its own. And that reduces a lot of stress and keeps you consistent and puts your mind on other things. So let's talk about 5 practical steps for this week. Number 1 would be shrink your goals. Too big, burnout. Smaller equals sustainable. We know that. Number 2, create non-negotiables. 1 to 3 daily habits only, not 10. What are your non-negotiables that you'll set for this week? Number 3, remove friction. Like close out, prep your foods, let's have the schedule blocks, make good behavior easier. Number 4, track streaks. Your brain loves visible progress. If this ain't the truth, because I know my brain gets happy when it sees my workout consistency over this longevity that I've had. And then something else I started doing about little over 2 months ago, stop drinking alcohol. And I love seeing that consistency because it checks in with every day. Did you drink today? I was like, nope, boom. And it evaluates the day, how it went, which I love. So track your streaks when it comes to anything. Number 5, forgive missed days fast. Missing 1 day is normal, right? Missing 2 days becomes a pattern. Reset immediately, no guilt spirals. Never miss twice. James Clear said it best in Atomic Habits. If you haven't read that book, check it out. Trust me, it's a game-changer book, especially for you entering this new year. And let's talk about why all this matters. Let's bring it home why all this matters in quarter 1. Here's the reality. February builds discipline. March builds endurance. If you master consistency now, you'll dominate the rest of the quarter. And if you don't, you keep starting over. And restarting is exhausting. Momentum is peaceful. Listen, motivation is temporary, but systems change lives. You don't need to feel inspired every day. You just need to show up quietly, consistently, without drama. That's how builders win. That's how peace is protected. That's how you become who you said you wanted to be. This is XO, tapping out. I hope this episode helps you out. If it did, share with a friend, share with somebody you like, love, and trust. Subscribe to the show wherever you at. I just greatly appreciate it. Follow us on all social media platforms at Sana IE. Without y'all, none of this is possible. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all taking the time out of your day to listen, man. Without y'all, none of this is possible. Thank you once again from the bottom of my heart. This is impossible without you. And if you need help with anything, don't be afraid to reach out. Don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here for you guys, and we're going to keep building this thing. Next week, we're diving deeper into something a lot of Black men don't talk about, which is loneliness when leveling up. Because growth can isolate you and nobody prepares you for that part. I'll see you next week. With that being said, enjoy your week. Be safe, have fun, check on your people. With that being said, peace.